Hey, welcome back to the vlog. I'm excited to bring you some good stuff this week. We are pretty much going easy and having some great stuff in there for the kids. So I'm making lunch for my husband and I today. I'm making a great little chocolate snack for myself and an easy overnight oats recipe that will have you up in the morning and ready to go in no time. So stay tuned, we've got so much coming at you today. All right, I am starting with dessert today because who doesn't want to start with dessert, right? I am making little chocolate molds, if you want to call them that. You can call them whatever you want. Just little chocolates that when you just need some chocolate, you just go pop one of these out of the freezer. So I'm starting, I have a little muffin pan. This is mini muffin pan. You can make mold, if you have like a mold pan. Somewhere I have like a little heart pan. I have no idea where that is. But you can use whatever you want. I'm using little mini muffins. So we're gonna start with some coconut oil. And I've got, when this is all said and done, this will be about a half a cup of coconut oil. And to that, I'm gonna add my chocolate chips. Now, I just happen to have the regular old chocolate chips here at the house. You can use, there are brands out there that are dairy-free, nut-free, all that kind of stuff. You can also use dark chocolate in this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load that up, get it pretty even, and then I'm just gonna pop this in the microwave. And y'all, that was probably 4 handfuls of chocolate chips. So I'm gonna melt this in the microwave, and then I'm gonna put it in my molds, and then I'm gonna add some really good stuff to it. All right, we're out of the microwave. We've got a decent consistency going. You know, you want it thick, but not too thick. So all I'm gonna do is take my pan here. You can spray it ahead of time if you want, but you know, with the coconut oil, it's really just not gonna stick all that bad. So I'm gonna pour the chocolate in my molds, and you can definitely be as messy as you want. Fun fact, my nickname growing up was Messy Jessie, because it never failed. I always made a mess anytime I was eating. And I still do to this day. I spilled something on my shirt the other day, and I had a client look at me and she's like, "Spill something on your shirt?" I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much." She's like, "I feel like that always happens to you." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just a messy eater and a messy cooker, but I always clean up after myself, so that's good." All right, so I've got all of my little things poured here. So now I'm gonna top it with some fun stuff. I have some cranberries that were left over from a recipe I did last week. If you haven't checked out that episode, go check out that. So I'm just gonna dump some cranberries in some of these. And then I also have some sea salt, just plain old sea salt. So I'm gonna do a couple with just some sea salt in the middle. And then my husband, he likes these smokehouse almonds. And he's like, "Oh, I bet those would be really good in your little chocolate molds." So I'm gonna take a couple of these smokehouse almonds and put them in this chocolate and see how they turn out. So that's it. I just have it. I'm gonna pop it in the freezer, wait till they're hard, and I have a little chocolate delight anytime I want. I can go in and pop one out and I'm good to go. All right, I'm moving on to breakfast now. I'm doing an overnight apple pie oats. Very easy. I mean, it's just super easy. You're just dumping into your mason jar, storing in the fridge overnight, and bam, you've got oats in the morning. I have tested this on many different classes that I've done, and I always bring it because it's very easy. And people are like, "Oh my God, these are the best oats." I'm like, it's just so simple. Starts half a cup of oats, dump that in to your jar. Make sure that you have a good sizable jar. Next, you got a tablespoon of chia seeds. Dump that in. You've got a half a cup of milk. This is just regular milk because it's what I had, but you could use almond, you could use coconut, you could use, you know, a vanilla flavored, whatever you wanted to use. So that goes in next. Next is maple syrup. Super easy, you know, any kind of good grade maple syrup will work. And this is just a teaspoon of that. Got some cinnamon. I like cinnamon, so it really only calls for like a teaspoon or so, but you know, if you want a little extra, that's fine. So that, and then 1/4 of an apple. So I'm just gonna cut this up. Now, you can get this recipe on my website, sagerootnutrition.com. The recipe actually calls for like walnuts to be placed on top. You don't do that until the morning. So if you want that, you can. Pecans might also be good. I mean, obviously toasted pecans or praline pecans would be super good, but those aren't always the best for you. But yeah, just top with your apples. And again, this is 1 serving, so it's only half my mason jar. Put your lid on top, put it in the refrigerator, and bam, you've got your oats, you're ready to go. Some people like this cold, and others like it hot. You do what you want, but the best thing about having it in a mason jar, pop this lid off, put it in the microwave for a minute, 30 seconds, however warm you want it, and you've got warm oats. If you like it cold, mix it up in the morning and out the door you are. So that's easy, simple breakfast for you for the week. Overnight oats. You can make so many different concoctions with overnight oats. So try it out today. Again, go to sagerootnutrition.com to get this recipe. All right, I'm moving on to lunch now, and I've got a couple different options here. I'm gonna make chicken tenders. I'm not gonna lie, I just really kind of don't feel like cutting all this chicken up. So I'm gonna make chicken tenders. I just bought these at the store, already cut up into tenders. And so I've got 3 different options here. I've got the everything bagel seasoning. I've got a healthy chicken nugget alternative, which you can find the recipe on sagerootnutrition.com. So that's mixed up here. And then my husband really likes these red hot potato chips. And we saw a little recipe the other day that had those as a coating. So I'm gonna try that for him for lunch. I've got my eggs, I got 4 eggs in a bowl right here. And I've got some milk that I actually added a little bit of vinegar to make like a buttermilk that I'm gonna use for his chicken nuggets. This is, I mean, literally, it's just assembly line and throw it on a sheet pan and then in the oven for 20 minutes. So roll up your sleeves and let's start dipping. Okay, so to go with our chicken nuggets, what's better than fries, right? But you're tired of the typical fries out of the freezer bag. So we're gonna make carrot fries. So I've already peeled 4 carrots, it's about 1 pound, cut the ends off, and now I'm just gonna cut them in half and then cut them all into like fry shape. And you know, some are gonna have bigger ends than others, but you know, about fry shape. Toss them in a bowl, and then I'm gonna put some seasoning on them, and then they actually take the same amount of time as the chicken nuggets, or chicken tenders is kind of what I put together today. So they take the same amount of time in the oven at the same temperature. So this is a perfect little weeknight recipe. It takes all of 20 minutes probably to throw together, and then 20 minutes in the oven. And the bonus is, I mean, the kids can help. And we're making chicken nuggets and French fries for dinner. I mean, so, and this is just a healthy alternative. And I'll share a fun story. I took the chicken nuggets and carrot fries. I taught a class to a nonprofit organization that helps inner city kids in St. Louis. And I taught a class just on some, you know, healthy alternatives for them. And I took the chicken nuggets and the carrot fries, and you should have seen the faces when I first got there. And I'm like, okay, here's the, you know, chicken nuggets that we're gonna make. And everybody was like, what's flaxseed meal? What's chia seeds? And I'm like, oh, they're just, you know, and I'm explaining everything to them, and we're mixing it all up. And their faces were like, oh my God, like, no way am I gonna try that. And by the end, they came out of the oven, you know, we were eating everything. And the one girl who had the hardest time like conceptualizing that you could make healthy chicken nuggets and fries. She was like, "Can I take the leftovers home?" I was like, "Yes." So awesome. So to my carrots, I'm gonna add just a little bit of, this is a mixed oil blend. You can use straight olive oil if you want. Recipes on sagenutrition.com under the recipes tab. I'm adding some salt to this, some pepper. And again, if you stick with me for long enough, you'll see that I typically don't measure stuff. Adding some garlic. You can add as much as you want. And then I'm gonna add some thyme. And then this is so easy. These just, mix this up. These go in the, I can get this open. These go in the oven, 400 degrees, 20 minutes. Bam, they come out with your chicken nuggets and you've got dinner on the table, easy peasy. So I'm just gonna mix these up, toss them in, and we'll get them all out of the oven all at the same time. All right, so the last recipe I have is one of my favorites. I call it shrimp stir fry, and you can call it what you want, but it's so easy. It's a dump and then put it in the oven or put it on the grill or the smoker, whatever you wanna do, and bam, you've got lunch for the week. You can put it every day, throw it in a little mason jar, and you've got your lunch, dump it in a bowl, you're ready to go. So this is how it starts. I have a foil pan. Because I sometimes put this on the grill or the smoker, I always just use a foil pan. I have some frozen cauliflower rice, and I take it out and put it in the, watch me use my teeth, but I put it in the microwave for like 2 minutes just so it's not so frozen. And I just dump this into my pan. Break up the, little chunks or whatever. I'm actually making a lot today because this is gonna be my meal prep for the week and one less thing I have to do on Sunday. So I've got 2 individual bags of cauliflower rice, and I get these at Costco. So they come in like 4 individual little bags. So I've got a good heaping pile of cauliflower rice here. So to this, I'm gonna add jalapenos. I sliced these up. I did not seed them. I like a little bit of, kick. If you don't like it, seed them. Take all the seeds out. I cut up 4 diced peppers. I've got red and yellow. I rough chop them. If you want them really fine, you can do that. I like having big chunks of it. Doesn't bother me. And then additionally, I cut up some tomatoes. So I'm gonna dump all of this in here. And then to that, I'm gonna add my spices. Now here's the key. I add shrimp to this because obviously it's shrimp stir fry. I don't, let me grab my hand towel really quick. So because I buy pre-cooked shrimp, like frozen, tail off, peeled and all that, I don't put my shrimp in here with this because it tends to dry out then when you're reheating it throughout the week for your meal prep or whatever. So to this, I'm gonna add a good amount of salt, and then I'll add some pepper, obviously garlic, because I love garlic. And then I'm gonna add some cumin. And some chili powder. And then the last thing that I add, and you can choose whether you want to add this or not, is a little bit of cayenne. Again, this just kicks it up a notch. I don't put too much, I don't need it too spicy, but that's it. I'm gonna mix this up, and then as soon as my chicken nuggets and fries are done, I'm popping this in the oven, and it's on 400 for, I would say about 20-30 minutes, get it all soft and mixed together. And then I'll toss in my shrimp once this is done. I throw a piece of aluminum foil over this pan and bam, I've got my meal prep for the week. I use this as my dinners because I don't necessarily like to reheat shrimp at the office. So I use this as dinner. It's ready to go. It's in a foil pan that's already, easy to store. So This one is super easy. It's dump. Anything you want into the pan, bake it, and let it come out. All right, everything's out of the oven. I've got my chicken tenders here. I've got my fries. Get them to, you know, just a little bit of softness, and oh, so good. I like mine just a little burnt. That's a flavor that I like. So I've got my chicken, I've got my carrot fries, and we're ready to go for a really quick and easy lunch. If you wanted to make a quick little dipping sauce like a honey mustard or something, bam, it's so easy. We've got a quick lunch, you could have a quick dinner, and easy peasy. Check out these recipes on sagerootnutrition.com and let me know what you think. So guys, that's it. Today we made little chocolate treats that are still in the freezer getting hard. I made some overnight oats that are in the refrigerator ready for my breakfast tomorrow. I've got carrot fries and chicken tenders here that my husband and I are gonna enjoy for lunch. And I started meal prepping my shrimp stir fry with my cauliflower rice and vegetables. That's it. I did all this in about an hour, and I've got stuff to go and ready for the week. So try these recipes out today. Get over to sagerootnutrition.com and check them all out, and let me know what you think. And I'll see you next week.